Welcome back to the Law Show. I'm attorney Brian Dailey, broadcasting live from high atop the Law Show studios in the Windy City, Chicago on 89 WLS, answering all your legal questions as I do every single Saturday at 10 a.m. Right here on the Law Show. If you are near a computer or you're going to be near a computer, tune into us at thelawshow.com and click the Watch Live video button, and you will see me, yours truly, answering legal questions right now as we speak. I want to mention also that we have been able to reach Deborah Crane, and in just a couple of minutes, she's going to be available on the Law Show to answer your questions about divorce and child support and family law, whatever questions you may have. So if you have a question, you're listening right now, call us at 855-LAW-SHOW and get in line to ask Deborah Crane, our family law lawyer in Chicago, any question that you may have at the top of your mind. We're going to continue answering all your legal questions at 855-LAW-SHOW. That's 855-529-7469. We're going to talk to David now. David, welcome to the Law Show.
Hi, Brian. I'm just wondering if I have a medical malpractice suit against this doctor.
Okay, don't mention the name. Do not mention any names of the doctor.
No, I know. I won't mention the hospitals or the doctors.
Okay.
The first, I had floaters in October. Optometrist said to see this one retina surgeon. He did this procedure on me that because he saw a tear, like a freezing procedure in his office, and said to see him in 2 weeks. A week later, my retina detached. I was blind at work, and I had to leave. So I went there. He performed retina surgery in November, and then he tells me, as he's releasing me that day, that I would never see good again. And I said, what? I came here seeing. I said, what did you do to me? And I was so mad, I never went back to him. I went to my own hospital with my own doctors and asked them who to see. They saw me in December, and they said, no, you'll never see better because there's a hole there. And there's a hole in the eye. And he says, you'll never see better unless we sew it up. So I had another surgery in December, okay? But then they put that gas bubble in there where you can't see out of your eye for quite a while. Then he finally says, he says, he finally told me in February, he says, you'll never see better. I mean, I see better than I did until he sewed up the hole. But my thing is that I think doctors ain't going to talk about other doctors. Now, I think the first doctor, when he attached my retina, he ripped a hole in my eye. Because there was no mention of it.
Slow down.
Do I have a case against?
I don't know. I got to ask you some questions. How did your retina get ripped to begin with?
A tear?
Yeah. How did that happen?
That can be done. I'm just turned 59. They're not sure.
Okay.
I mean, it's your age, your gender, but they says that it could be from. I had cataract surgery about 3 or 4 years ago.
So do you see?
Sometimes.
Do you see better now than you did before you had your first surgery, or worse?
I see worse.
Okay, and
I went there just seeing floaters. That's why I was seeing fine. I had glasses, but I was seeing fine. And I have. I'll never see really good out of it now.
Did the doctor?
My left eye, no.
Did the doctor tell you before he started the surgery that there's a possibility you would not see well again ever?
No, I mean, when I went back, which doctor you're talking about? The first doctor?
Yep, that's the one.
I'm. Yeah, all he said is, that's what I want to know. I mean, does he have it in the consent form that the risky operation and something might go wrong and I can't do nothing about it?
I'm sure that's in the informed consent form. But listen,
because I went back to him.
David,
and there was a tear. And he put freezing. He did it in his office. He said, "See him 2 weeks." So a week later, I was at work and I couldn't see it, and the retina detached.
Okay,
then he operated on that.
David,
and then he says, "Oh, you'll never see better. You damaged your eye."
David.
And then I went to the other doctor told me, "Well, you're not going to see better because there's a hole in there now."
David. Listen, I can't answer your question because I got to take a look at your medical records and figure out what happened, okay? You may very well have a medical malpractice case, but what was the date on which you had your first surgery?
Like the first or second, I can't remember. It's like the first. I was off of work for 10 weeks.
Okay, David, I need to know the date. What is the month and year?
Oh, it was this last November, right now, the 11th, the 2011.
November 2011.
In November.
Okay. So listen, here's what I want you to do. Do you have access to email?
Yes.
I want you to send me an email outlining everything that took place. Send it to questions@lawshow.com, and we'll get back with you right away, okay?
Okay, I know. It just bothered me. I just wanted to know if I do have a medical.
And we'll find out. We'll find out.
Because I'll never see good again.
David, you just got to send me an email and let me know what the facts are, and I will give you an answer right away. So that's really all you have to do. You have a 2-year statute of limitations. You don't want to violate that, otherwise you've got no case. But it sounds like you didn't. So thanks for calling the Law Show. We're going to continue answering all your legal questions at 855-LAW-SHOW. That's 855-LAW-SHOW. And we're going to talk to Jeannie now. Jeannie, welcome to the Law Show.
Good morning. I heard your response this morning about college.
Yes.
I am a legal guardian.
Okay.
My granddaughter has been with me since she's a year and a half.
Okay.
She is now 18.
Mm-hmm.
We never received child support up until about a year and a half ago.
Okay.
Her parents never married.
Okay.
She has been accepted at a college. There's about a $10,000 that she's not receiving any loans for or grants on or Pell Grants or Christian Brothers awards and so on.
All right.
Are the parents responsible for paying anything?
I don't know. Let's ask Deborah Crane, our specialist in family law in our Chicago office at the Daily Law Firm. Deborah Crane, welcome to the Law Show.
Thank you. Hi, Jeannie. Glad you called. Yes, the parents are responsible to help pay the tuition. The judge will look at different factors, so I'll have to get more details from you after the show. But you know that they are liable. They've got to help her with tuition in Illinois.
Excellent.
But Jeannie, you're going to have to get a court order.
Okay.
Do you know where both parents live? Do you know how to reach them?
Oh, yeah. My daughter is 8 blocks away, and her dad is like 15 minutes away.
Great. And have you asked them? Are they willing to pay?
Yeah. No, my daughter said she's lived with you for 17 years. Why should I have to pay?
Well,
and I'm a senior citizen on disability, so it's difficult for me to have to help.
So listen.
Right, and has she applied for financial aid?
Yes, she has. She's going to a college that's about $25,000 a year. She wants to be a nurse. She's gotten $7,500 in one endowment. She's gotten a work study grant for $3,600 and Illinois MAP grant for $4,700. But what we're short is still about $10,000.
Okay, great. This is really good news because that's something that we can certainly get the parents to contribute to, depending on what their income is and that kind of thing. Is she a good student?
Oh, honor roll.
Is your honor roll wonderful?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you're right. You should not have to contribute, given your disability, and the parents do need to contribute. You're welcome to give me a call at the office. It's no charge, just to kind of follow up and give you a roadmap of how you go about doing this, okay?
Jeannie, do you know how to get a hold of us? Jeannie, do you know how to get a hold of us?
No. How do I do that?
All right. Know the number that you called to get on the show today?
Yes.
Just call that number on Monday after 9, and we'll transfer you right over to Deborah Crane, okay?
Got it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Call Jeannie. I'll help you figure this out.
Thanks for calling the Law Show.
And Deborah, thank you so much. Thank you.
Deborah Crane.
Mother's Day, by the way.
Deborah Crane, can you hold on for just a moment?
You're welcome.
Hold on, Deborah Crane, for just a moment. We're going to let Jeannie go. Thank you. Hey, Deborah Crane, tell us a little bit about how long you've been practicing family law, and I know that you're licensed also in Michigan and in Illinois. Just give us a little rundown of who Deborah Crane is.
Well, thank you, Brian. I've been practicing for over 20 years, and I concentrate my practice on family law, both in Michigan and now here in Chicago. The Michigan and Chicago domestic relation laws are very, very similar. I do specialize in high asset cases, custody litigation, and just your run-of-the-mill divorce, if you will. I mean, especially today with all the issues with homes being underwater and foreclosure, I then have Justin in our office handle that part for people if they need it. So it's great.
Yep. So, I know that in Michigan, one of the things that we have up here, one of the tools we have, is that when you get divorced and you have high asset divorce, that you can go to court and you're filing for divorce, you ask for what's called a status quo order to prevent the soon-to-be former spouse from going out and spending money and hiding it and secreting it and getting rid of it and destroying assets and things like that. Is there a similar thing in Illinois?
Yes, there is, Brian, and that you are correct. That is something that must be done immediately, not wait a day. I mean, that literally has to be done immediately. So if you think you might be a divorce in the near future, you should really contact a lawyer just to get advice about what you could do, because sometimes one of the partners might be secreting assets before filing.
Right.
So but definitely if you get served with papers, call the lawyer immediately.
All right. So listen, I want to thank you very much for joining us on the air. It looks like we've got another question about a divorce, but we've got to take a short break, Deborah. Before we come back, I'd like you to hold on for a moment because we're going to answer these other questions about divorce and want everybody else to hold as well. So we're going to take a short break. I'm attorney Brian Dailey, host of The Law Show, founder of the Dailey Law Firm in Chicago and in Detroit. You are listening to The Law Show, and we'll be right back after these few short messages. Deborah?